Hello, today our lesson is on the coordinate plane. So get your notes ready and let's label the parts of the coordinate plane. First of all, notice that there are two lines. You have a vertical line and a horizontal line. The vertical line is called the y-axis. And the horizontal line is called the x-axis. Alright, so we use the coordinate plane to plot points and to draw graphs or whatever they might be. They could be lines, they could be curves of some kind, but we use the coordinate plane to plot points and then draw graphs of lines or different shapes. And whenever we plot the points are always in the same order. Okay? Whenever we plot the points, the x value is always plotted first or written first, and the y value is always written second. All right, no matter what. So this is why we call this an ordered pair. So another name for a point on the coordinate plane is the term ordered pair. Always in the same order. X is always given first, y is always given second. All right, so let's look at our graph. In the very center, the point where the two axes intersect, right here in the center, this point is called the origin. And the value of the ordered pair at the origin is x equals 0, y equals 0. Alright, so remember x is always given first, y is always given second. Alright, so if my x value is 0 here, as I go to the right of the origin in that direction, the values of x are positive, just like on a regular number line. If I go to the left of the origin along the x-axis, the value of the x-coordinate is going to be negative, all right, just like a number line. Now, if I'm on the y-axis and I'm going above the origin right here, like that, okay, these are all the positive y values. And then below the origin on the y-axis would be all the negative y values. All right? And notice that our graph is divided into 4 sections or quadrants. That word quad means 4, right? All right, so our first quadrant is the upper left quadrant right here. This is where x is always positive and y is always positive. Okay, so I'm making it like a little ordered pair parenthesis, and I'm showing that the x value, the first one, is going to be a plus, and so is the y value. They're both going to be positive values. All right. Now the second quadrant is over here on the top left. So we're going counterclockwise with our quadrants. All right. So the value of x for any point that's in the second quadrant would be a negative value, right? Because we're to the left of the origin. And the value of y would still be positive because we're above the x-axis. Okay, so here's quadrant number 3. Okay, so what do you think the value of x would be if you have a point or an ordered pair that's in the third quadrant? That's right, it'd be negative. Okay, what about the value of y? Would it be positive or would it be negative? Yes, it would also be negative because it's below the x-axis. All right, so our fourth quadrant is here. And our values for x would be, that's right, positive to the right of the origin. And our values of y would be negative. All right? Okay, so how you doing so far? Good. All right, so let's now plot some points. All right, so here we have a coordinate plane, and we have 6 points that we're going to plot. Okay, and they're listed up here for us. Okay, right there. So we're going to plot, the first ordered pair is 2, 4. So that's x equals 2, y equals 4. So again, remember, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So if x is positive 2, I'd start at the origin and go 1, 2 to the right, and then y is positive 4, so I go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our first ordered pair would be we plot it right there. X equals 2, y equals 4. See that? All right. So now let's plot x equals 3, and then y is negative 5. Well, again, starting at the origin, if x is 3, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right. And now y is negative 5. So do we go up or down? That's right, we go down. So right there. So there's the ordered pair, x equals 3, y equals negative 5. All right, so go ahead and plot the remaining ones. All right, and if you like, you can pause your video and continue it to see the answers. All right, so if you paused your video, welcome back. Let's go ahead and finish plotting these ordered pairs. The next one is x equals 5, y is negative 1. So at the origin, I would go right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down negative 1. So right there. If x is negative 4 and y is negative 4, for the next one, I'd start at the origin and go 4 to the left for x is negative 4, and then go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is down in the third quadrant. X equals negative 4, y is negative 4. All right, the next ordered pair is x is 0, y is 3. Well, if x is 0, that means I'm not going to go to the right or the left of the origin. I'm going to stay right there in the center. And now y is positive 3, so I'm going to go up 3 from the origin. 1, 2, 3. There's the point x is 0, y is 3. And by the way, whenever you have a point that is right on the y-axis, we would call that a y-intercept. All right, so when we get to graphing lines and equations, a y-intercept would be a point that hits the y-axis. Okay, let's graph our last one, our last ordered pair, negative 6, 0. Okay, so x is negative 6. You're going to start at the origin. You're going to go left 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if y is 0, that means you're not going up and you're not going down. You're staying right on the x-axis, right there. So that's the point. X is negative 6, y is 0. And guess what we call this point? Any guesses? What kind of a point is that if it's hitting the x-axis? Well, if you said x-intercept, you're right. This would be an x-intercept. Okay, good. How'd you do? Great. All right, well, you're doing well. We're almost done. Okay, so now I have 6 points labeled on the coordinate plane for us, and you just simply need to give the ordered pair. Okay, give the x, y value for each one. Okay, again, if you'd like to pause your video and then check your answers afterwards, that's fine. Okay? All right, go ahead. All right, if you paused your video, welcome back. Let's go ahead and give the points, or the ordered pairs for each of these points. So for point A, you would start at the origin. You'd have to go right 1, 2, 3, and then go up 1, 2, 3. So that's the point. X is 3, y is 3. Can you read that? Hope you can read that. That's in blue there. X is 3, y is 3. All right, for point B, start at the origin. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. That's negative 4 for x. And now go up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's positive 4 for y. So that's negative 4, 4 for point B. All right, point C. Start at the origin. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the left. So that's negative 7 for x. And now go down 1, 2, 3. So that's negative 3 for y. All right, for D, we're right on the y-axis. So that means the value of x is 0. This is going to be a y-intercept. And this point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below the origin. So that's a negative 5 for y. So that's x is 0, y is negative 5 for point D. For point E, go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and then down 2. So that would be 4 for x and negative 2 for y. And finally, point F is right on the x-axis, so it's an x-intercept. All right, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the right. So x is 8, and now it's right on the x-axis, right? So the value of y is 0. X is 8, y is 0. Okay, so how'd you do? Okay, very good. Well, you've done a nice job. Thank you for listening and taking notes. And remember, read some books.